It was a truly exceptional anniversary in the summer of 2024. The Chandra X-ray telescope celebrated its 25th anniversary, and NASA published 25 of the most breathtaking pictures ever taken by this telescope. Chandra is certainly one of the most powerful telescopes available to humanity, placed directly in space. The X-ray telescope captures distant systems, cosmic nebulae, and the remnants of massive cosmic explosions. Let's journey through this fascinating world of images that Chandra has provided over 25 years of work. The images show us the richness of the universe in a splendor never seen before. We begin our colorful journey through the universe with HARP 220, one of the brightest systems we know. HARP 220 is an ultraluminous infrared galaxy, formed by the collision of two systems. The crash triggered an intense star formation, and the two universes continued to grow in their cosmic marriage. This collision also released a huge amount of gas and dust, blocking the light from the galaxy. Despite the obscured view, researchers were able to locate more than 200 giant star clusters within HARP 220, whose surroundings are characterized by extreme conditions. This galaxy is also one of the most powerful radio sources in the sky, providing astronomers with signals about the development and behavior of galaxy cores during impacts. The Pillars of Creation marks the beginning of Chandra's X-ray Observatory mission, which began in 1999. This iconic structure from the Eagle Nebula was first seen by the Hubble Space Telescope. The column-like structures are made of cold gas and dust clouds, where an incredible number of new stars are being formed. The pillars owe their shape to the UV light from young, hot stars, which evaporates the surrounding gas, and the bright emissions dramatically show the dynamic processes involved in star formation. NGC 3532, the Skeleton Star Cluster, is a young star cluster located about 1,300 light-years away in the Carina constellation. About 300 million years old, it contains hundreds of bright blue and yellow stars. This cluster is particularly appreciated by beginner astronomers because it is visible to the naked eye with relatively simple telescopes and clear views. NGC 3532 was also one of the first objects photographed by the Hubble Space Telescope after its launch in 1990. Now let's travel further to the Carina constellation to find NGC 6872, one of the largest known systems, with a diameter of over 500,000 light-years. NGC 6872 is not only enormous but also has an unusual shape. It presents an impressive curvature, likely caused by gravitational interactions with its nearby companion galaxy, IC 4970. The gravitational forces acting on the two systems as they approach have stretched and distorted the spiral arms of NGC 6872. Looking at these colorful pictures, the question arises, is the universe really so colorful? Officially, the colors are created using filters, but colors often appear naturally, typically due to gases forming green, red, yellow, or in this case, bright pink and maroon colors under certain filters. NGC 1850 is a remarkable globular cluster located in the Large Magellanic Cloud, which follows our galaxy as a satellite galaxy. Only about 160,000 light-years away, this region is unusual because it contains young stars, which is rare for globular clusters. Astronomers believe that the cluster formed due to a huge burst of star formation. The Crab Nebula is the remnant of a supernova explosion observed by Chinese astronomers in 1054. Located in the Taurus constellation, the nebula consists of a complex structure of gas and dust and is still expanding at about 1,500 kilometers per second. At the center of the nebula is the Crab Pulsar, a neutron star that spins extremely fast and emits high-energy radiation. The Crab Nebula is an important source of research on pulsars and the physical makeup of supernova remnants. MSH 1552 is another supernova remnant, this time located in the Norma constellation. At the center of the nebula is a high-energy pulsar called PSRB 1509-58. This object is known for being one of the most powerful X-ray sources in the sky and is often studied by NASA satellites. Supernova remnants and pulsars are true treasures for scientists. Next, we move on to Able 2125, a massive galaxy cluster located about 3 billion light-years away. It contains hundreds of galaxies in a particularly dense intergalactic environment. Only Chandra, with its extraordinary X-ray technology, can shine through this thick environment to reveal the galaxy cluster in all its glory. The cluster is a significant site for observation, as many galactic collisions occur here, constantly altering the structure of the galaxies. The Virgo cluster is one of the most impressive structures in the universe. It contains hundreds, even thousands, of galaxies in a cosmic dance. The Virgo cluster is the nearest galaxy cluster to the Milky Way, located in the Virgo constellation. It contains about 1,300 to 2,000 galaxies, including a particularly significant number of elliptical and spiral galaxies. The Virgo cluster also influences the motion of galaxies in our neighborhood with its gravitational forces and plays a key role in research on the distribution of mass in the universe. NGC 3324, also known as the Gabriela Mistral Nebula, is an emission nebula located in the Carina constellation. It is formed by intense UV radiation from young, hot stars and is illuminated in a fascinating way. This extraordinary star-forming region presents a nearly human and feminine profile, which is why it was given its name. NGC 3324 is of particular interest to astronomers because it shows stars at various stages of development. The Snake Nebula, located in the Ophiuchus constellation, is a dense cloud of gas and dust that blocks the light from stars located behind it. It has a striking shape resembling a snake and contains many young protostars still in the early stages of their development. This dark cloud is a perfect example of how gravity and gas density interact to initiate the process of star formation. Supernova 1987A was the closest and brightest supernova explosion observed in modern times, discovered in the Large Magellanic Cloud in 1987. This event marked the first time scientists had observed a supernova in detail at all stages, and the development will continue for thousands of years. Supernova 1987A also led to the discovery of neutrinos released during a supernova explosion. These ghostly particles are found almost everywhere in the universe and are considered cosmic messengers. Neutrinos easily pass through even the finest forms of matter and have been used, for example, to analyze pyramids in a completely new way. WRR 124 is a Wolf-Rayet star located in the Arrow constellation, about 15,000 light-years from us. These stars are among the rarest and hottest in the universe and lose mass rapidly due to powerful stellar winds. The star is surrounded by a gas cloud called M1-67, which was formed by extreme stellar winds. WRR 124 is particularly fascinating because it is likely to explode as a supernova at a later stage. G21.5-0.9 is a supernova remnant located in the Scorpius constellation and is particularly bright in X-ray emission. For Chandra, this object was a special gift, as it provided detailed information about another supernova explosion. At the center of this remnant, researchers found a neutron star emitting high-energy particles and surrounded by a shell of charged gas. With HB5, we reach the galactic center of the Milky Way, located about 26,000 light-years from Earth. This is a very dynamic area, with the current focus being a supermassive black hole called Sagittarius A star. Compared to other galactic centers, our Milky Way's black hole is relatively calm and contemplative. Other colorful nebula in the heavenly body of Aquila. This nebula is known for its complex structure and its vivid blue and green colors. In this case, the colors are formed from standard oxygen and ionized nitrogen gases. At the focus of the nebula lies a dying star that is ejecting its outer layers. Thanks to the pictures from HB5, we have valuable information about the last stages of development of stars similar to the Sun. NGC 7469. The spiral shape is the most common form for systems in the universe. NGC 7469 is a particularly dynamic spiral galaxy located about 200 million light-years away in the Pegasus star group. It is famous for its bright core, which appears pink in Chandra's images, with a yellowish nucleus at the center. At the center of NGC 7469 is a particularly bright quasar. These supermassive black holes are surrounded by a lot of hot gas, which shines brightly in images of NGC 7469. NGC 1365. This is an impressive barred spiral galaxy located in the Fornax group, about 56 million light-years away. The galaxy is famous for its prominent bar that extends from its center. Thanks to Chandra's images, researchers have been able to locate many areas of extraordinary star formation in NGC 1365 And this galaxy also contains a supermassive black hole at its center. Orion Nebula. Everyone who loves astronomy certainly knows the Orion Nebula, also known as M42. From our perspective, it is the brightest and most well-known emission nebula, located about 1344 light-years away in the Orion star group. The nebula is a colossal star formation region containing many young stars, protostars, and gas clouds. For scientists, this giant stellar nursery is an ideal laboratory to study the processes that lead to the formation of new stars and planetary systems. The cosmic eyes. The cosmic systems NGC 4435 and NGC 4438 are called the eyes because they resemble a pair of eyes when viewed through a telescope. The pair is located in the Virgo galaxy cluster, and these galaxies show impressive interactions that distort the gas and dust structures in an interesting way, greatly stimulating star formation. NGC 7469. NGC 7469 also displays a beautiful spiral shape. This particularly dynamic galaxy, located about 200 million light-years away in the Pegasus constellation, houses an active galactic core with a supermassive black hole. The black hole draws matter from its surroundings, creating intense X-ray radiation, making NGC 7469 one of the brightest sources in the night sky. Another fascinating feature of this galaxy is the stellar ring that surrounds its center. Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia is another brilliant remnant of a cosmic explosion that occurred about 300 years ago in the Cassiopeia constellation. This stellar remnant, with its bluish glow, is also one of the brightest radio sources in the sky today. The debris, composed of hot gas, continues to expand and contract, making it one of the most exciting astronomical observation sites in the universe. Cat's Paw Nebula. It is quite impressive to see how researchers often use their imagination when naming cosmic phenomena, sometimes finding resemblances to familiar shapes or figures. In the case of this formation, a researcher spontaneously thought of the sweet paw of a cat, and so the emission nebula NGC 6334 was named the Cat's Paw Nebula. It is one of the most active star formation regions in our galaxy. If you want to observe the nebula with an amateur telescope, you should look toward the constellation of Scorpius. The radiation from young stars constantly shapes and alters the structures of the clouds, making the nebula one of the most popular objects for research. Centaurus A. Centaurus A is known for being one of the most powerful radio sources in the known universe. Also called NGC 5128. This galaxy features an impressive dust disk and an active galactic core that harbors a supermassive black hole. This cosmic wonder can be observed about 13 million light-years away in the Centaurus constellation. Macintosh J0035. In this image, you are directly looking at a gravitational lensing effect. Macintosh J0035, also known as MOS J0035.4-25, is a massive galaxy cluster that distorts the light from systems behind it so much that they appear magnified, as though seen through a magnifying glass. This effect helps astronomers study distant systems from the early universe, as the gravitational lensing significantly boosts the power of our telescopes.